gently, noticing your breath. I want you to take your palms onto your thighs so that your palms are facing down on your thighs. And then when you no longer hear the vibrations of the bowl, they don't sound in your ear anymore, then just bring your palms up, okay? Breathe in. Breathe out. Just keep arriving. I can't see your palms, but I'm hoping that your palms are now facing up. So this is the practice of focused attention. This practice of mindfulness is you're taking all your attention to the vibrations of this bowl. So take your palms down again. We're going to do this 2 more times. And we're going to start to just play with you focusing now on your breath. Inhaling. Exhaling. Take that attention to the breath. Maybe feeling your belly open up. And as you exhale, the belly softens. In the back of your mind, you're also paying attention. Do you still hear the bowl? If you don't, just breathe those palms up. And then one final time, take the palms down, grounding yourself into your body. Trying your best to just connect your mind and your body through the bridge of breath. We're playing here with impermanence. Pema Chodron says that impermanence is a principle of harmony. When we don't struggle against it, we are in harmony with reality. So if your palms have gently come up, breathe into the harmony of your breath. Arrive into this body of yours. Play with the whole notion that what we're going through will be impermanent. Though it may feel, for many of us, like we're stuck in quarantine, there will be a day when this will be over. Knowing that every moment of our lives is impermanent, what can we let go of? I'm finding for myself, there's this huge propensity to blow things out of proportion. If I bring myself to the present moment, if I just practice mindfulness, I can notice that I'm actually okay. If I can breathe myself into that exact present moment, I can gently let go. I can let go all the churning, all the anxiety, all the fears, and just take each moment as it comes. And that's just the simple practice of mindfulness. The practice is just to keep noting, oh, here comes the fear. Oh, here comes the frustration. Oh, here comes me wanting things to be different than they are. If I breathe into knowing that whatever is going on is impermanent, that it won't stay this way forever, there is a sense of harmony that I can find, welcoming the reality of what is. Take your time, breathing in deep. Fill this belly of yours with breath. And then as you exhale, slowly and gently, open your eyes. So coming back into the classroom, into the Zoom meeting. See, for me, it's always a classroom, right? Let me come, and I'm clicking now to try to get the slides up for the next class here for you guys. Let me share the screen. And today we're going to be playing with, let's see here, how do I, slideshow. And from the beginning, here we go. We're already on class 7. Next week is our final week. I can't believe it. It's so fast. And then we're just going to be playing here today with, ta-da, the brain. Last week we talked all about the nervous system in the brain and psychoneuroimmunology. And this week I'd love to introduce you guys to neurophysiology. What the? Such big words. So neurophysiology. Oh, this is neuropsychology, sorry. I put the two together. There's so many different branches of this. Neuropsychology is concerned with how the brain and the rest of the nervous system influence a person's cognition and behavior. My apologies, it should be neurophysiology. That is written wrong. So neurophysiology is the branch. Both of these systems have to do with the physiology of your body and how the nervous system is influenced by your cognition and your behavior. So in very much the same way that psychoneuroimmunology last week was similar to this concept, the concept of psychoneuroimmunology takes it one step further by saying that it affects your immune system, okay? Neuropsychology is the branch that's concerned with how the nervous system influences a person's cognitions and behaviors. It doesn't go into neurophysiology, and neuropsychology do not go into immunology. Neuropsychoimmunology takes it one step further, okay? So I just wanted to come back a little bit and show that professionals in this branch of psychology focus on how injuries or illness of the brain affect your cognitive functions and behaviors. So neuropsychologists are those who actually work with people like ADHD, people who suffer from stroke. Neurophysiology are usually the researchers who are related to this neuropsychology. Does that make sense? I know I've put 2 words out there. My apologies. That was my mistake. But both are so closely related because one, neurophysiology, is the actual research component of it, whereas neuropsychology is the product of psychologists who get trained in the brain, okay? Studying the brain and studying how the brain affects your cognitions and your behaviors. Does that make sense? I just want to open that up here. Let me, because of this mistake on my part, let me just make sure, if anyone wants to, I'll unpin, cancel the spotlight. Is there anyone that wants to let me stop the share here and ask a question, because I just want to make sure that everybody's okay and we're all on the same page with that. We're okay? It's good? Okay. So that was a mistake on my part. And see, this is the whole part of mindfulness. I really want to model this for you guys. In the past, when there was this one time I was teaching up at Hopkins and as an adjunct professor, and a student, I made a mistake just like I just did, and I tried to cover it up, and I tried to be like, oh, but, blah, 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 blah. And there's all this, excuse my French, but bullshit Just kept piling. And you know what? What I've learned over the years is like, I made a mistake. I'm human. Like, this is wabi sabi at its finest, right? I'm really, really trying to embrace the imperfections of my life. So anyway, sorry, I digress. I really am trying, guys, to just highlight and model for you, honestly, so that, you know, when Lily has to make a presentation to all her people in 2 days, she will feel comfortable enough that she will model, oh, look, made a mistake. That's just life. You own it, you embrace it, you move on, right? All right, so let's share again. And these are the parts of class that to me are more important. Like, I can give you all this stuff, but there's all these other things that are also just as important. And of course, now I can't get the computer to work. I'm so sorry, guys. One of those days. Here we go. I'm going to start from the beginning again, from the current slide. All right, there we go. So the areas of study, this, I really wanted to bring this up very quickly. In the history of this, it's Aristotle versus Hippocrates. Am I pronouncing that right? Anyway, you guys know English is my second language. It's the heart versus the brain as the seat of the soul. Okay, so in the areas of neurophysiology, right, they're concerned with tumors, trauma, stroke, hypoxia, alcohol-related stuff, infection, degenerative diseases. So there's all these things that a neurophysiologist will look at: MS, Huntington's disease, Alzheimer's, lots of trauma work. In mindfulness, there's lots and lots of people that actually come to mindfulness after having gone through a severe trauma. Stroke, bleeding in the brain, alcohol-related diseases, infection and inflammation. All this is what a neurophysiologist would deal with. And I wanted to bring that brief history in, that it started with the Greeks, with Aristotle, that to them, back then, the heart was seen as the seat of the soul. That here in the heart was where all decisions were made. And it's so funny because when I was in Taiwan working with the government and working on their mental health project, when you translate the Chinese character for mental health, it's the heart. The heart is the Chinese character for mental health. And I just thought that was so fascinating. And then it was later on that Hippocrates argued that no, it's the brain. The brain is the one that does all the functioning. The brain is the one that actually does, tells your body what to do. And your heart doesn't have anything to do with it. And then, of course, Rene Descartes, D-E-S-C-R-A-T-E-S, took it one step further and said mind and body are two separate things. And I personally disagree with all that. But this is what happens. This is how you see the world. Your heart and your body, right? And all these sense organs that you have, your impressions of them, your chains of recollection, that's what's happening to you. That's why mindfulness can be really, really powerful. Because when your heart gets, and I don't want to use the word triggered, but triggered's probably too strong a word, but if something happens to you, especially now during COVID time, if you guys are noticing, oh my gosh, something that your daughter did, something that your husband did, something that your partner did, is just like, you don't even realize it, right? That mind moment happens so fast. And that impression leads to your chain of recollection. When you were a 3-year-old and something happened and you don't even know, but you know something your body remembers. That's that recalled impression right here, where you're recalling something. And then it starts to affect your whole body. Okay, you don't know why, but you're getting a constriction in your body. And then that affects how you act, this action point in the world. And so when we do practices like self-compassion, when we do practices such as gratitude, if we just keep practicing those practices over and over and playing with Tai Chi and playing with yoga, we actually stop this chain. We actually just keep practicing and noticing that we're coming to this moment and we don't get hijacked by all those things that happened to us when we were kids. Does that make sense? So that, to me, is what embodied awareness is all about. This is why we practice Tai Chi. This is why we practice Qigong. Okay, we get a felt sense of where we are in the body right here, right now. What is my emotion, right? Just 2 seconds ago, 5 minutes ago, I was like, the emotion was, oh, the pit of my stomach dropped. Oh, I made a mistake. Oh, I look like an idiot. Da, 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 da. That was my direct experience of my nervous system, right? But I just tuned into the richness of that experience. And if it was me 15 years ago, I would have just BS'd my way through it. And you would have known it, and I would have known it. But I didn't, right? I just chose instead to lean into that very, very uncomfortable feeling of knowing that you made a huge mistake, admitting it, and then that's the technique. This I really hope I'm modeling for you. This is the technique of your inner body connecting to your mind. But all these mind moments happen so fast. They happen so, so fast. And until you do the practice of the meditative arts, you don't even know. There's no awareness. All right. So again, that whole art of noting, it's just this. Thinking, 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 worrying, worrying, worrying. For now, many of us, I want to put this out there, the whole to-do list. If you're out there and you're like, oh my gosh, everybody's getting their lawn, it looks so wonderful, everybody's cleaning their house, everybody's decluttering, and you're not, let it go. Let go of those judging thoughts that say that just because we have this opportunity to pause, you don't have to be doing something. You are not a human doing. You are a human being. Just be with things that come up for you in the day. Just be with all that comes up. Just breathe into those moments and just daydream. I think over and over, our school systems, the way that they are, they don't afford the opportunity for children to just daydream. And honestly, when I see you guys and I have this beautiful moment to share this hour with all of you, I'm like, it's a dream. It's a dream that I get to be with my friends. So there is so much gratitude to all of you for showing up and just dreaming with me to make this world a better place. Right? All right. So the reaction, knee jerk, this is what mindfulness is all about. This is what neurophysiology about. This is what psychoneuroimmunology about. It's all about you stopping that knee jerk. It's all about you getting out of autopilot and you get to respond. You get choice, you get awareness, you get consciousness. You make this conscious choice to figure out how you're going to arrive for the next moment. So when you get into that argument with your partner, who you might have been married to for 25 years or just a year, right? You get to decide. Every moment is a new moment, and you don't have to, but just try your best to lean into the impermanence of this moment and just let it go. All right. So I'm going to save the last part of it for next week because I know Yumi wants to come real quick, and I just want to open this up for you guys. I want to hear, any thoughts that you guys had on the lecture and any things that you guys know, because I know there's so many teachers. I know there's so many teachers in this room, and I'll just open it up and unmute everybody to share their thoughts. Okay. Thanks, Lily.
Yeah, no, I was thinking that it really does make a difference, your outlook and attitude in life. I just feel like, I don't know. Not that I have any scientific evidence to back it up, but I really do believe that people tend to be healthier and heal faster if you just, if you're, the ones who I know, okay, I guess from personal experience, I know people who are glass half empty people. They seem to be the ones who are more sick physically, more, just not happy, and just all sorts of ailments, or those who are more half full tend to, at least my friends, tend to seem to be healthier overall. That's my thought.
Thank you. Yeah, that's a great share. Thanks. Anyone else have some thoughts?
I love that saying, Grace, the impermanence is reality. And if you lean into that, the reality becomes harmony. Is that your saying? Was that your quote or someone else's?
Pima Chodron. I can send it to you guys.
Yeah, I love that.
Sure,
I love that.
Of course.
I've been struggling. I tend to be a half glass full person. I have always felt I've been that way. I don't know if, well, I've known you for a long time, Grace, and I think you know that I am usually. I look for the positive in things. However, I've been struggling with this because, with this whole situation, because it's bothered me from the standpoint of the planet, and why this happened in the first place, and if it can possibly happen in the future, which is it seems it can, and that looking to the future, and it being somewhat negative is really bothering me, being more of a positive person. So I'm struggling with that. I'm really struggling with that. That dark cloud seems to be hanging over my head a lot, and I'm sad. I'm sad for the children. I'm sad for my children. I'm sad for the future. I just feel like this is sad all the way around.
Yeah.
I'm trying to live in the moment. I'm trying to look for the positive, but I keep coming back to that, and it bothers me. Anyways.
I think that's,
but go ahead.
It's a very valid share. I think many of us are very positive people, and it's almost like a fight now, right?
It is, yeah. And I sometimes feel, if I'm chatting with friends, I have a couple of Zoom calls I'm on, but a number of them, we're constantly, looking for things, funny movies and, comics and all of the things. And I feel sometimes that's so trivial. I just don't want to focus on that all the time. I kind of need to discuss this and kind of work it out. And then I actually feel better.
Yeah.
I can't focus on a funny movie all the time.
I think you bring up a great point, Allison. Authenticity.
Yeah. So anyways.
Thank you for that share. Anyone else?
Yes, I don't think it's trivial to watch movies and connect with friends and all that. You need ways to maintain your sanity. So,
I'm not saying all the time. I mean, I'm not saying it's not. I mean, we are too, but I mean all the time, just to be focused on that.
Mm-hmm. I guess. Yeah.
I think, Allison, if I may, the way that I'm hearing it is that that we need a lightness to this time, because this time seems so heavy. But then at the same time, you struggle with, let's not forget like what the lessons of all this is. This
Exactly.
is serious, right?
Exactly.
Like there is a lightness, but it can't be light all the time. Like some real shit is going on here. Right?
Exactly. And I'm not talking about the politics. I'm talking about the science. And I guess because I'm a scientist, I'm looking at it. I look at things very realistically.
Yeah.
So that's why. And I'm sharing as much of the the music and the this and the that. I'm enjoying all of that as well, and being in the moment with family and friends and nature and taking that all in. But it also sometimes makes me sad to think it had to come to this, that we're looking at all that too, that we're taking the time. We should be taking that time all the time. I don't know.
Right, which is hard. And I love Lily's whole point, like, but boy, oh boy, because this is so serious, I do need that lightness. Like, I do need that space to just make it light, because it does feel so heavy sometimes. Because I know for
Mhm.
Lily, she's very much into the environment and has been ever since she was in college. So I know for her. I think another big thing that all this brings up that you guys keep saying, for me, a huge learning for me is the systems. Like, there's so many systems that we have in place, whether it's the environment, whether it's, gosh, how really, really troubled our healthcare system is,
Mhm.
right? Our
Mhm.
educational system, our just infrastructure in our society. The fact that, you know, so many disproportionately poor people out there are really just suffering. That really, really brings to light what's going on. Anyone else I invite for you guys to share? So holding that space, I want to, I told Yumi, I don't think she came down yet, to be here like at 8:55. And we were trying our best to figure out what songs to play. But I wanted to share for you guys that, first of all, I'm going to send out a thing that Zoom exhaustion is real. I would love to hear or see a share of hands, a light conversation here. Anyone feeling the Zoom exhaustion?
Mhm.
No, Dara's like, not really. And Lily, I know Lily was saying before, like, she's used to it. Andrea, no? So for me, I think the Zoom exhaustion is so real. I actually printed it out, but I'll send you guys. It says here, I don't know, can you guys see it? Why Zoom meetings can exhaust us. So Stanford researchers have shown when we come and we see each other so closely, this is like, because I get to focus on you guys, when we're this close, there is something biologically inherent in us that we're looking for cues, whether to take fight or flight. Yeah. So the fact that I've been teaching so much on Zoom and going to my clients and doing these classes and all this stuff, I've just realized, wow, at the end of the day, I am just wiped. I'm just wiped because what's going on is my body is trying my best to get these nonverbal cues from you guys, and I can't. Like, there's so much that goes on in the interpersonal space, but it's so hard for me to process right now. And because you are so close and you're focusing on somebody's eyes for such a long period of time, the energy it takes for me to just focus on you guys and try to get that sense of being connected to you is also at the same time my brain saying, okay, we're so connected and we're so close. And what the researchers found was that students did pay more attention, but at the level, the price that you pay for it is you're just so exhausted. Like, your whole system is on high alert for the entire hour that you're actually interacting in this way.
Wow.
Yeah, isn't that fascinating?
Yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense.
Right, because that's a biologically programmed thing, right? If you're this close, like, what the heck are you doing in my face?
Right. By the way, Grace, you look beautiful.
Well,
yes, you
You've got
do.
like makeup on, you've showered.
I know.
We're all in our pajamas.
How do you know I showered? How do you know?
You just
Your hair
look really
looks
good.
Grace, I haven't seen you with your hair that color. I love it. It's
Oh,
beautiful.
thank you.
Well, I mean, I saw it getting gray, but now that it's full silver, it's beautiful.
Yeah, there it is.
I'm joining
Glory.
you. I'm almost there.
All right, so I think Yumi hopefully is here. Let me go grab her real quick. We hope you guys love her song. There she is. Okay, let me mute you guys, and then I'm going to, and then afterwards, we'll just have a quick share, and I'll close you guys out. And I'm so grateful, honestly, for all of you guys for showing up and sharing your thoughts. All right. Hold on, Yumi. Let me. Whoops. Do you know, honey, how I
You did it,
that?
you did it.
There. Okay. There you go. You want to announce the song?
I think you guys will probably know it. It's Let It Go.
Thanks, sweetie pie. All right, everybody, stand on up. Thank you, honey. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so let it go.
Grace, I'm sorry. I have to go for a meeting at 9.
Sweetie,
Bye.
thank you. Bye, Lil. Come on up, stand up. We're gonna do the next 6 root parts of the Shifa Shin. Let me get some music on here for you guys. And we're just playing with this Qigong movement so that you can get into your body and get more of an awareness of what's going on in your body. Remember, these are all just practices, just practices. All right. Come with shoulder blades pulled back. The shoulder blades are pulled down towards the sits bones. The sits bones are down towards the heels. You're nice and grounded. You're coming out with knees tracking out towards the toes. We're going to carry the ball in front of the shoulders. Okay, so sorry, take those toes inwards so they're facing parallel. Move back a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see. Holding it here. What I want for you guys is that your toes are parallel and you just slight bend in the knees, okay? So from that space, I want you to carry the ball in front of the shoulders. So inhale, lift your right palm off, lift the heels off, and then exhale, drop the heels, drop the palm. Inhale, carry the ball in front of the shoulders. Exhale, release. Good. Take your time. Tongue to the roof of the mouth. Breathe in deep to the belly and drop and sink the heels as you drop and sink your palms. Beautiful. Inhale, lift. Exhale, land. Inhale, lift. Exhale, land. Just 2 more each side. 2 more. Lift. Release. Find the flow in your breath, lifting it and releasing. 1 more each side, guys. 1 more each side. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Excellent. All right. Just place your palms now. Bend your knees slightly so you're nice and grounded. When you're grounded and you're breathing here to the dantian, you take your palms, lift them over to the right side, open and gaze up to the moon. Exhale, breathe the palms back to center. Inhale, just hold here. Exhale, open up. Inhale, pull back to center. Exhale, gaze at the moon. Inhale always brings you to center. Exhale, has you gaze. Beautiful, guys. Just 3 more each side. Take your time. Exhaling deeply as you twist back Inhaling, beautiful, Andrea, coming to center. Open and release. That's it. Pull open, back to center. Pull open, back to center. One more each side, one more each side. Gazing at the moon, pull back to center, and then slowly releasing to the left and back to center. Very nice. All right, pull the shoulder blades back again, bend your knees, and then from this point, I want you to push and turn the waist, pushing with the palms. Then the palm just reaches up and you pull back with the elbow. So you turn the waist, palm reaches up, and then you pull back. So these are gentle flowing movements in your lower back to release tension from your hips and your waist. And then just keep going side to side, noticing the breath coming in and out. That's it, beautiful. Take your time, push and pull in. Exhale is the push out. Inhale is you coming back to center. Exhaling and inhale. Just one more each side, one more each side. Push, let, and release. Drop those palms down and just sink the chi. Excellent. Everybody looks so good. All right. So take the heels just a little wider. Just breathing deep. You're going to lift your palms up, left palm in front, then right palm on the bottom. And you're just going to wave your hands like clouds. Once you face a diagonal, then switch the palms. Now your right palm is on top, left palm is on the bottom. Then switch. Beautiful. Then turn. Excellent. That's it. Switch. Beautiful. And turn. Keep going, keep going. Switch and turn. You just want to make sure everyone's getting it. Good, Dara. Switch and turn. That's it. Switch. Beautiful. Allison and Cindy, I can't see you, but I know you're getting it. And release. Don't worry. I don't have to see you. I just want to make sure you're breathing in deep. And then one final switch and turn, guys. Breathe in and out. In. And then when you get to your side, exhale deeply, everybody, and just sink your chi. So nice. All right, now face your right side, breathing in deep. And these last two movements have to deal with the waves. So you're just scooping up the sea here. You're looking out towards the horizon, and you release the palms down. That's it. Bend forward with the front knee, then you pull up with the palms, and then you sink down. Good. Weight forward, weight back. Weight forward. That's it, Cindy. And weight back. Keep going. 3 more. Keep going. I just want to make sure everyone's getting it. Excellent. And open. One final time on this side, guys. Beautiful, Andrea. Open and sink. How beautiful is that? Face the left side. Your body is soft, it's subtle, it's fully relaxed. You're just coming in with breath, and then you're releasing with breath, letting it all go. The impermanence of life, breathe into it, and then just like Yumi taught us, let it go. Last 3. And exhale. 2 more, guys. Breathe in. And out. And one final one, one final one. Inhale, take your time. Exhale, gently. So nice. All right. Facing the right side again. This time you're pushing the waves. So press your palms forward, lean forward just like you did. And as you exhale, lean back and bring up that front toe. Inhale, push forward. Beautiful. Exhale, roll the waves back. Exhaling, push forward. Sorry, my miscue there. Inhale, you pull in. That's it. Exhale, you push out. There you go, there you go. Last two. Inhale, take your time. And then exhale, just release that tension from your shoulders and your neck. One final time, just breathe in. That's it. Exhale, push out. Beautiful, guys. All right, everything's the same. Other side, okay? Pull the palms in, toe comes up, then exhale, push the legs. Inhale, sometimes this is what it feels like during this whole quarantine time. Exhale, like we're pushing against something, pushing up against what we don't want, pushing up against the pessimism for the future, right? The sadness that we feel for future generations. Last two, breathe in, breathe out. And one final time, inhale deeply and exhale. Great job. All right, guys, face center, breathe deep, take your time. Last 5 minutes of class, we're breathing in here. I just want to close you guys out. Bend your knees, come into a slight squat. Knees are tracking out towards the toes, and you're just generating friction and heat between your palms. Take your time and inhale, let those palms open up. Tongue to the roof of the mouth. As you exhale, let the palms come together. Inhale, take your time. Exhale, gentle release. Maybe some of you are feeling sensations in your palms, heat, coolness. Sometimes it feels like taffy for me. But there's just this energy. If you want to close your eyes, that helps you to really focus on the chi between your palms. It's like a magnetic pull. It just takes your palms together. Just play with that. Feel into your chi. Take your time to inhale, let the palms come apart. Exhale, let the palms gently come together. Nice and slow, we're going to do 3 movements to close ourselves out. That was the first one. The second one is you're going to lift your palms up to shoulder height. As you exhale, release the palms towards you. Slowly breathe back in, bend the elbows, take the palms to the shoulders. And then as you exhale, as if they have a mind of their own, let the palms drop. You're just learning how to sync your chi. Get nice and grounded as you lift. Exhale, gentle release. Pull back into the body and sync the chi. We'll do that 3 more times, guys. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last 2 on your own. Tongue to the roof of the mouth. Focus only on your breath. Syncing your chi for the final time. Feel yourself fully grounded and centered in your body. Take your right palm on top, left palm comes on the bottom. Embrace the moon between your palms. As you exhale deeply, rotate the palms and embrace the moon, left palm on top, right palm on bottom. Breathe deeply as you just rotate the moon between your palms. Inhaling. Exhale. If you feel like you know the movement, Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Move the palms back to center. Inhale, expand. Feel your whole body grow. Exhale, contract. Feel your body get smaller. Breathe in. Breathe out. One final breath. One final breath. Expand your chi. As you exhale, breathe the palms together, breathe the heels together. Stand straight and tall and grounded in this beautiful body of yours. Breathe into your right palm, this is your power. Breathe out of your left, this is your wisdom. Balance that power with that wisdom. Take them into the heart. Bend at the knees, tip at the hips. Bow out of your practice.